everybody, this is Sean B. Bradley, CEO of Dealer Synergy, and you know what time it is. It is Make Money Mondays, and I'm going to show you how to make that extra money that you deserve. The catch is that you deserve. Folks, you want a pay raise? Your pay raise becomes effective the moment that you do. Now, what do I mean by that? Is that I believe in a pro pay plan. There should be a basic pay plan for basic people, and there should be a pro pay plan for pro people. Again, if you want the things that the average person doesn't have, you got to be willing to do the things the average person isn't willing to do to get them, like be above average. Now, I'm going to give you a breakdown in this quick video for the internet department or the BDC. However, you could use the principles, the strategies, the idea I'm about to show you for an internet BDC department for your showroom as well. But this example is going to be strictly for internet BDC, but you can repurpose it. Let's get into it. Okay, so the Dealer Synergy basic pay plan for an internet sales coordinator or BDC rep or an appointment setter is the following. $350 a week salary, $1 for an appointment made, $10 for an appointment show, and $20 for delivery. So $350, $1, $10, and $20. That's the basic one. A pro pay plan should be $400 to $450 a week salary, still $1 for an appointment made, but you're going to jump from $10 to $20 a show, and you're going to jump from $20 a delivery to $35 a delivery. That's a huge jump. If you pencil it out, you're talking about over $10,000 to $15,000 a year increase just in the pay plan from basic to pro when you put the numbers into it. So now, Sean, why do you have a basic and pro pay plan? Here's why. Because if you ask your internet coordinator or your BDC rep to do something, for example, what we ask them to do is, at Dealer Synergy, we have an outbound phone call process, like the road to the appointment. We have an outbound phone call process. We've got an inbound phone call process. Matter of fact, if it's new and used cars, we've got one script, outbound phone call process, inbound phone call process. For special finance, we've got an outbound phone call process, inbound phone call process. So there's 4 scripts. On top of that, there's 7 reasons why people are going online. Price, availability, convenience, I hate car salesmen, research, trade, and credit. And then having 5 strong rebuttals for each. That's 35 word tracks. And then, you know, if a dealership has a strong value package proposition, meaning a why buy from us story, what's different and better about you and your organization than anybody else, especially your competitors. That's a lot of stuff that we want our coordinators to do. But guess what? There's people that don't do it because they're complacent with mediocrity. There's managers, no offense, that are weak, that can't turn around and get their people to do what they need to do. And instead of firing them or remotivating them, they just settle for mediocrity. So here's something that you could significantly do to dramatically increase the utilization, implementation, and memorization of all that stuff. Tie it to their pay plan. That's it. Tie it to their pay plan. So now this is how the pro pay plan works. First rule, you have to be at the dealership for at least 60 days. Okay, so you are only going to be allowed to stay on the basic plan for 60 days. Then you are able to qualify for the pro pay plan. So that gives you 60 days to learn and memorize. That's more than enough. More than enough time just to learn 2 or 4 outbound, inbound scripts, 35 word tracks, and why people should buy a car from you. It's not that deep, okay? So we're giving you 60 days. Then what you need to be able to do is get tested. If you're a Dealer Synergy client, buy Dealer Synergy. If you're a non-Dealer Synergy client, you can still use the idea, but you shouldn't have, it's not an open book test. They need to have memorized the outbound phone call process, the inbound phone call process, the objections, the rebuttals, the why buy from us, the value package propositions, all that stuff. Now, if they've done that, if they memorize the outbound phone call process, the inbound phone call process, if they memorize the top 7 reasons why people are going online, if they memorize at least 5 responses or rebuttals for the top 7 reasons for 35 word tracks, if they memorize your dealership's complete value package proposition and they're able to explain it and passionately explain it and sell you why you should buy a car from them, then they got through that qualification process. Now, here's where the catch is. Once you qualify for the pro pay plan, you've got to requalify every single month. But no, you don't have to, demonstrate that you memorized it every single month, but that you only have to do that once. It's like getting your driver's license. You only have to take that big test once. You only have to go through the outbound, inbound, top 7 reasons, 35 word tracks, and why buy from us only once. Once you qualify for the pro pay plan, ding, 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 you win. However, if you want to keep your pro pay plan status, guess what? You have to have minimum expectancies or quotas. For example, at the end of the month, you have to have averaged a minimum of 120 phone calls per day. No excuses, none. Second, you have to have a minimum of a 25% appointment made ratio. No excuses. And you have to have a minimum of a 55% appointment show ratio. You can't have any unexcused absences or lates or any of that stuff. You can't be a mean person, rude person, pain in the ass problem in the department. That's what you need to do if you want to earn the pro pay plan. Managers, dealer principals, GMs, for the love of God, are you kidding me? It's worth it. If you could get employees that are going to memorize your actual process that you paid for, that you've given them, that you've trained them, if you could guarantee that they're going to memorize the inbound, outbound, how to qualify, identify, meet, and exceed expectations, 7 top reasons why people are going online, 35 word tracks, all of the value package proposition, and they're going to have at least 120 make or take phone calls in a day. They're going to have at least a 25% appointment made ratio. They're going to have at least a 55% appointment show ratio. They're going to be on time. They're not going to have any unexcused absences, and they're going to be a nice person to be within the department. Then they deserve the pro pay plan. Now, this thing is beautiful because, again, it incentivizes them. And what you could turn on and do for my senior managers, you could turn on and look at this and say, wow, I have a internet department or BDC with nothing but basic pay plan people. And that's going to tell you the caliber of people you have. And then you got to turn around and start making some business decisions. You want to have, in my opinion, always, once you get ramped up, at least 80% pro pay plan status people. If not, you've got a problem. Folks, you are multi-million-dollar dealerships. Your department can be a multi-million-dollar department. Why are we going to have basic people with a basic pay plan, with a basic mentality, with a basic attitude? Doesn't make sense. If you want things that the average dealership doesn't have, you need to do the things that the average dealership isn't doing. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Make Money Mondays. If you like this week's episode of Make Money Mondays, you're going to love all the content on automotive digital training. So please go to automotivedigitaltraining.com and sign up today. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to call me on my cell phone at area code 267-319-6776. Yes, that's really my cell phone. Don't put it on any bathrooms or anything. Thank you. Bye.